What exactly is your reaction to this event?
Well, it's just a surprise. I mean, no one saw this coming. We were called to participate in a conference call this afternoon, a few minutes before 4, and I didn't know what that was for. Generally, that doesn't happen, so you knew it was something, probably some kind of important issue. But the thought that the governor was going to tell us he wasn't going to run for re-election, he was going to announce it in 5 minutes, was nothing I expected.
It seems to have, I think Senator Bartle probably put it best, that it's like a neutron explosion throughout the political scene. Do you agree with that assessment?
I think that's, I mean, it's certainly, it's going to have significant reverberations, and it changes things for everybody. So yeah, it's a significant event, but to me it's almost more like dominoes toppling over, because it's not just about who runs for governor. That can affect a lot of other office holders, and who else is running and interested in running, and who may get involved. Other seats may open up. It just changes the dynamics of this in ways that is impossible to know right now.
Who would you like to see run for governor?
I mean, at this point, I think what's important is that we find a candidate who can win and we can all get behind. And I'm not really prepared yet to say who that might be.
And it's not going to be you, right?
It will definitely not be me. I'm running for Attorney General. I'm not running for higher office just to have a higher office. I really want to serve as Attorney General. I think that's where I can do the best for the people of the state. So I'm staying on track.
Would you say it's better for Republicans now that Blunt isn't running again?
I don't know. I mean, I think that it changed. I don't know how it all changes, but I think that we have a record of accomplishment that we can talk about in this campaign, show our successes, how it's been better for people, and why things are better in Missouri than they were. And that's still the same. That record still exists. So it'll be kind of confusing and chaotic for the next few weeks as this settles itself out. So that's a worry. But once that does, I think we'll be prepared to go forward. The most important thing for us, I think, is to continue our effort to run as a unified team into November.
I asked this to Lieutenant Governor Kinder, and I'll ask it to you. Do you think that the governor, by announcing nearly in February 2008 and forcing the party to engage in likely a very costly primary, is letting the party down for this election cycle?
I mean, it's hard to sign those things. I mean, I think it would be, I mean, what he told us was that he just did not have the same sense of mission and purpose and fire in the belly for this election as he had in 2004. And if that being the case, I think it would have been worse for him to stay in that office and run and run a half-hearted campaign. So I think that given what he's told us as his reason for not running again, I think I respect that. It's very unusual for a politician to do something like that, so I respect his integrity and think that if that's how he feels, then we're better off making a change.
How do you think it changes the way Nixon or any other Democratic candidate is going to have to run now, especially if the candidate is from, for example, Washington, D.C., and they didn't have to make votes on Medicaid or MOHELA or whatnot?
Well, I think there's no question that the Democrats have invested a lot of time, effort, and money over the last 3 years just beating the tar out of Matt Blunt. And now they don't have Matt Blunt to beat up anymore, and so they're going to have to come up with a new campaign.
What do you think this means for you in your quest to replace Jay Nixon as Attorney General?
Well, I'm not sure it changes things particularly. I mean, we're still focused on the same issues, the same campaign, building a grassroots effort, running our race, and so it creates a lot of other chaos and activity around us, but I think for us, it's still our focus is still the same, the mission the same, and I don't really think it changes how we're going to conduct things at all.
Last question: what do you think Matt Blunt's legacy will be?
Well, I mean, I think there's clearly he's presided as governor at a time of tremendous transformational change on a lot of issues that have fundamentally put Missouri on a better track and people in a better place. So I think that change, reform is going to be his legacy.